Hello, Dr. Liu. This is Brett Sallee,
And this is Ibrahim Hakim.
and we are here to demo our part two for our database project for you. So before I get started, we had some updates that we made following part one. We were getting errors on our DAOs when we tried to declare our foreign keys. So I actually have them commented out here. I'm going to remove these, but these statements weren't working, and Salwa actually helped us. She told us it's because we're dropping our tables. So we in our user DAO, since that's the main foreign key that's referenced, we decided to initialize that last. So if I go to my control servlet here, our initialize database function we updated. So now we updated user DAO to be the last one that's created. And then we also added some statements after we create the table and insert the users. We added our foreign keys. So we altered each table, joke, joke tag, review, friend, favorite joke, and we added the foreign keys. So the author of the joke references the username. And that was really helpful because we had some bugs and they were due to not having foreign keys created. So once we created our foreign keys, we were able to squash some of the bugs that we had. So the way that we did part two was I did number 1, 2, and 3, which was create the search feature by searching joke tags, being able to post a review, and being able to post a joke. And then Ibrahim did parts 4 and 5, and he handled all of our friends, being able to add and delete friends, displaying the friends of whatever user is logged in, and then the same thing with jokes, favoriting jokes, and displaying jokes that the logged in user has favorited. So I'm going to start first with showing you running our program for you. So we initialize. This is the same thing as before. I'm not going to go through the registration since we did that last time. But I'm going to log in with John. And now, before we didn't have our jokes listed on our homepage. So now our homepage is where all the jokes in our website are listed. So you can see the 10 jokes here that are hard-coded in as part of the part 1 requirement. And now we also have at the top post a joke, my friend's favorite joke, and search. So I can post a joke, and the subject will be new joke. And I can just enter some stuff for the joke, even though that's not really a joke. And then I can enter tags. And I have them entered as a comma-separated list. So I'll just do some random words that we have, because we have some other tags that are already set up with these. I can post. And now if I go down, back, we have our new joke entered in here. And then we can also write reviews on jokes. So if I want to write a review, I can see the joke that I selected. I can see the reviews that already exist for it. I can write a new review. Now if I go back to this joke, our new review has entered. I can search, so I can search chicken. And so this joke has the tag chicken on it. This joke has the tag chicken on it. And then this is the joke that I entered before that also has chicken on it. So now I'll go and show what I've actually implemented for each of those features. So the first thing I did was post a joke. And this is getting pretty long here, so I think that if we have time for part 3, we might want to create a new servlet, separate our servlets up to handle different things. So one servlet might handle everything with favoriting jokes and friends, or writing reviews and searching jokes and stuff like that. I think it might just make our code look a little bit better. And we also need to write some comments in here because we haven't been keeping up with it, and that's bad practice. So we definitely are going to go through and put some more comments in because we don't want to have a sloppy program without commenting. So anyways, I have a function here, post joke. Actually, first I have post page. So when you are on the home page, the link at the top that says post a joke will link to post page. That sends it to the servlet, and it pulls up the post joke page. So then when you're on the post joke page, there's a button that says post the joke, and when you do that, it calls post joke, and then we have the function post joke. So here is the function that does that. So this function is going to first check elapsed time, and I wrote this check elapsed time function to see when the last time the user had posted. So this function will check if the user's daily post count is 0. If it is 0, it's going to start recording the time. And I use system nano time because I did some research, and everything I was finding was saying that nano time is the most precise Java utility to check time. So I decided to use that for using my elapsed time. So it starts post start time, and then it also does the same thing for get review count. So this way we're restricting people from posting 5 reviews or 5 jokes in a day. After doing assignment 2, I realized that we can do this with triggers. So for the purpose of databases, I would like to change this now because I figured out a better way to do it. So then we get the start time, we check time again for end time, and then we subtract them to find the total elapsed time. And then since that's in nanoseconds, we have to divide by 1,000,000 to get it into seconds. So there's 86,400 seconds in a day. If either of these times are greater than a day, it's going to reset the daily post count and the daily review count back to 0 and restart the start time. So once it checks time in the post joke, if the user's allowed to post the joke, so they haven't posted 5 jokes in a day, it gets all the parameters that the user types in from the post joke page. Author is going to be equal to the session user, whoever's logged in at the time. And we initialize that when the user logs in. So once somebody logs in, we assign the session user based on whatever username was entered. And then date gets the current date. I actually wrote a function for that too. I did this because I was having some issues with the date time data type, so I just made it a string instead. So I get local date in the time zone from where we are in Detroit, America, Montreal, and I set current date and I change it to string and then I return it. So it sets that. Then we create the new joke. We insert the joke into the database. We increment the daily post count. Then we have to add the tags. So I had these print lines here just for debugging purposes, so we can see the admin can see in the console what's happening when and making sure that it's the right joke. So I was doing that as I was designing, just so I knew I was on the right track and that I was getting the right values. So we get the tag parameter, which is a string, and then we split it up by commas. This the comma space is the delimiter because it's a comma separated list. And then we loop through the length of tag split and add each joke tag individually. So joke tag insert. If the user has posted more than 5 jokes, then it will say that their daily post limit has been met. So if I go in here, I post another joke, another joke, till we get to 5. So now I've done 5, so daily post limit has been met. And the post reviews does the exact same thing as that. So that's where it says post error, daily post limit has been met, and it refreshes the page. Otherwise, it'll insert the joke, and then it displays the home page. So post review is pretty much the same thing. If session user is equal to the author of the reviewed joke, actually let's go to the write jokes first. So when you want to write a review, we have the button write review here, and that will pull up with our servlet, write review, and it shows review form. So we show review form. It takes the joke ID from whatever we pressed on. It gets that joke, sets the author for the joke. Joke DAO, get joke. Gets the joke for review, and then we create a list and search for the reviews because we want to list out all the reviews for that joke. So in review DAO, we have search reviews. So we create a list of type review, list reviews, and we select all from the review table. And then we have that, and while there's a result, set next, so we loop through every single entry that we pulled from review, and if joke ID is equal to result set joke ID, then we add it to our list. And then that list is returned. And it sets the attribute on our JSP page, so it'll list all of those reviews that are for that joke, and then it also sets the attribute joke, existing joke, for whatever joke that we were looking at. So that way I can select, for example, joke 3. If I write review, it'll display joke 3 here because it sets existing joke to joke 3 and then finds all the reviews for it. So once we are on this page and we want to write a new review, we'll write the review and then press the button to post, and the post button will pull up the post review. Now this is almost exactly the same as the post a joke. First we check if the username of the person who's logged in is the same as the author of the reviewed joke, because you can't review your own joke. And then again we check if the user that's logged in has posted 5 reviews. If they have posted more than 5, or if they posted 5 and they try to post a 6th, then it won't let them. Otherwise, it creates the new review and inserts it, and then increments the daily review count and takes us back to the home page. I think that is all that I have for you, so now I'm going to hand it off to Ibrahim so he can show you what he implemented with our favorite friends list and our favorite jokes list, and the friend profiles.
Alright, so basically I had a favorite joke and add friend on the side in the actions, where if you wanted to favorite a joke of a person, you may do that on the side, and you may also add a friend of whoever you please. So I can favorite the joke for K dot, and there it's been happen. I can also delete, and it's been deleted. I can also add a friend of Root, so that way he's became my friend. These are just previous friends that have been added. And I can delete him as well, just like how mentioned in the part two. Um, and then you can show I have on top how there's tabs, or so you can go back and check who your my friends. I named them my friends. The same things like favorite friends. You can check who my friends are. I can also check the favorite jokes, and then also you can view the profile of the person. So if I press right here, view profile, then you can check who this person is, the joke by them.
And that lists all their jokes, but we don't have KDOT's only posted one joke, so it only posts one. But if KDOT were to post more jokes, then it would show more.
So that's what I did for part two, and my implementation is in the right here. So you can display favorite friend list and display favorite jokes list. So right here, I get the username. I create a new list of list friend from friends. I get the username of the session user. So whoever is logged in, get their username. Then I set the attribute for list friend, which is from the JSP. And then right here I get the request, and it refers to my JSP which I created, which is right here. And I have the link right here. So friend fave joke, that's how we're able to go to these pages to the JSP. And then here's the deleting function where it takes that friend username and then to delete it. And you also hyperlink delete friend right here. Okay, also let's see. I also implemented the display fave jokes, which is very similar. Same concept. I just display the favorite joke list. That way you're able to see on the page. And I use the same way the search friends is being used. I use it for the list favorite jokes, so that way you can check the favorite joke and it uses the session username. Um, and and from that it's been I have a table that I created as well here, which is right here. So I created a new table list friends. Then I select everything from the username, which where from friend where username is equal to the parameter I set, which is username. And then I have it loops through, and then it grabs their friend username, and then I just add a new this as new friend. So using the username friend username parameters, and then right here add it, then return the list friends. Then the other implementations were deleting and adding. So
Oh, you have that highlighted there, so it's only searching that. Yeah, there you go.
delete friend. Okay, so here's another implementation where you can delete how the deleting is being used. So I get the parameter of friend username. Delete the username, get the username from the session user, and then I have this try statement, which is basically displaying the favorite friend list, and this is part of the original project. Just use that.
Show them our delete function too.
Okay, the delete function, favorite friend, same thing. So for the fave joke DAO, it's similar. So there's a delete function in the DAO that you need. I have the parameters joke ID and the username, and then I delete from the SQL deleting from the favorite joke where the joke ID equals and username is equal to, and then the parameters right here joke ID, and if it's equal to username right here prepare statement to delete it, and then yeah basically I just return the row deleted and it's been deleted and refreshed. I also have that add joke. It's right here basically. Okay, so same concept as the deleting. You get the parameter for joke ID request, and is also implemented in DAO right here. Yeah, insert. Yeah, so right here we're using the insert function, which is implemented in the DAO. Inserting, so insert into favorite joke where joke ID and username plus the values, and these are the parameters for it. Have a prepared statement for inserting, and same concept. You return the rows inserted, and this is the new rows that will be added to the tables. Um, I have the last thing to show is display profile. I think. Yeah, display profile right here. So this basically just displays the how you can click on the row of the user, and you can check their profile, their name, and the jokes posted by them. And so this is how it's being used. Use the parameter of the friend username. And here created a list from the joke DAO, which is search jokes by username by user, and using these right here list jokes, which is hyperlink we used in the HTML, and name, and it refers to the friend form JSP right here. Same, it has to be the same exact and the same concept right here where you can add a friend here. Let me yeah, display. So this it gets displayed through this JSP, and basically these all occur through an action. There's a lot of case statements, but it's in here. So I'm deleting friend, deleting favorite joke, add favorite, profile display, and just calls the function that I explained. And that is all, I'm pretty sure, that I have done.
Thank you, Dr. Liu. I think we're all set. We're probably going to do some refactoring just because we got everything to work, and it works well, but there's always room for improvement. So we're probably going to go through and refactor if we have time while we do part 3. It's just so we can make it work a little bit nicer and make our code a little bit more organized. So hopefully next time when we see you in your office to present part 3 to you, we'll have some maybe new features and maybe just some cleaned up stuff. So thank you for watching, and that was our part 2 for our project.